All right, ready to dive in. Remembrance Sunday in Newbury. We're not just skimming the surface today.
No, no skimming today.
We're going deep, folks.
hmm
Deeper than the average poppy by the end of
Okay.
this.
You'll be a pro.
Exactly. Navigating the day like you practically wrote the service sheet yourself.
I like that. There's a thought most people probably don't think twice about those service
Oh,
sheets.
we'll get to those. But first, imagine this. Crisp November air. You're right there in the heart of Newbury.
And you can just feel it, can't you? That sense of solemnity.
Absolutely. And maybe a little bit of anticipation because you want to participate, really experience Remembrance Sunday.
Right.
But where to even begin?
Well, it all starts with the parade, right?
Right. 10:30 a.m. sharp, you're going to want to be on Pelican Lane.
Pelican Lane, yep. Got to be up bright and early for that one if you want a good view.
Absolutely. That's where the whole procession kicks off, and it's going to wind its way right through Newbury's history. Literally. Down Northbrook Street. Can you imagine?
Northbrook Street on a normal day, bustling with shoppers and...
Coffee drinkers.
Right, exactly. And then on Remembrance Sunday, it transforms, takes on this whole other atmosphere. And you know what's really powerful?
What's that?
Thinking about the history beneath your feet. Literally, that area we're talking about, Northbrook Street, it was significantly impacted during World War II. So you're walking in the
Yeah.
footsteps of, whew, well, history.
Gives me chills just thinking about it. But the parade doesn't stop there. It turns on to Mansion House Street. And that, my friend, is where it gets really interesting.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. The mayor.
The mayor himself,
Yeah.
Councilor Andy Moore, will be there to take the salute.
It's always a highlight. But, you know, taking the salute, it's not just standing there waving. There's actual tradition behind it.
Oh, absolutely. Tell me more.
Well, it's a military thing, right? Way back when, it was how soldiers would show respect to higher-ranking officers. But on Remembrance Sunday, it takes on this whole other meaning. It's honoring those who served, those who are still serving. It's that connection between the past and the present.
You've hit the nail on the head again. That connection.
Yeah.
It's what makes this day so powerful.
Right. It's about more than just remembering the past. It's about how we carry those memories with us today.
Exactly. Okay, so the mayor takes the salute. What happens next? Where does the parade go from there?
Onto the marketplace, the heart of Newbury, right.
Okay.
And that's where the Remembrance service actually takes place. You've got the laying of the wreaths at the War Memorial, really powerful stuff. And then a sense of, I don't know, closure almost, as the parade makes its way into St. Nicholas Church.
Beautiful church.
It is.
And speaking of which, did you see the town council is even having a British Sign Language interpreter at the service this year?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Near Zizzy. So, good visibility. Thought that was a really great way to make the event accessible to everyone.
Speaking to that whole community feeling, which, you know, the mayor himself touched upon in his statement, it's not just about those who served in the armed forces. He specifically said, remembering everyone who's contributed, quote, in so many ways.
Interesting. So expanding that idea of service beyond just the military.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that there are so many ways to serve your community, your country, the world. And Remembrance Sunday is about honoring all of those sacrifices.
Big or small.
Exactly. It's about the everyday heroes, too.
And speaking of everyday heroes, I have to give a shout out to the town council here. They've made it really easy for everyone to follow along with the service, even if you're not familiar with it.
Service sheets.
Service sheets. You can actually find them online on the Newbury Town Council website, or you can just pick one up when you get there. Easy peasy.
Very organized.
So let's bring it back for a second. You're standing there in the marketplace, surrounded by that sea of poppies, listening to the service. What resonates most with you?
You know, it's always got me thinking. We live in such a fast-paced world now. Everything's changing so quickly. How do we make sure that these stories of service and sacrifice, of courage, how do we make sure they still resonate with younger generations?
Especially here in Newbury.
Exactly. How do we keep those stories alive, make them relevant for tomorrow? And that's something I think everyone listening should ponder this Remembrance Sunday.
Absolutely.